This is a Roccat Can AIMO gaming headset. Roccat have sent over the Can AIMO. I was immeasurably impressed by the Roccat Can Pros some weeks ago, and these are, I think these are the bigger brothers. They are 7.1 surround sound headphones, and they retail for about £105 on Amazon, I believe they are. They're high-res audio, which is a bit of a baffling statement, but it kind of makes sense whenever you actually sit down and look at it. The comfort surround sound built in, AIMO Intelligent Lighting System as well, which promises to change as you're doing more intense gaming. However, with them being on your head, that's probably not going to be terribly useful unless you're being spectated. However, these are for the esports generation of people who do play LAN parties and that sort of thing, and are spectated as they play their games. So we have 7.1 sound high resolution, 7.1 USB 24-bit sound card inside, real voice microphone, easy access Earcup controls, AIMO Lighting System, and the Pro Comfort, which is 275 grams in weight. We have some other specifications on the back here that I'm not going to read through because there's, quite frankly, too many of them. But if the previous model is anything to go by, these should be something pretty fantastic. There we have a package contains specification or system requirements and technical specifications there if you want to pause and have a quick read at those. Right, so getting into the box, because I'm busting to have a listen to these and do some gaming. Made to win. Yep. Okay, so in the box we get an information document, which is in like an old CD case. We have a nice braided USB cable, some silica for dinner, and then round this side, in the fairly unattractive packaging. I don't like saying that because it's logical packaging, but presentation is fine. Just I hate these plastic box things, but I guess they go in the bin at the end of the day, so who's to be worried? Right, already they feel good quality. They are quite plastic, but they are good quality, and they remind me of the Can Pros very easily. So I'm looking to see what there is that is particularly different, and I don't see that much other than maybe a little insert for some LEDs. Right, on this side we have just the ear cup with the nice Roccat design, sort of leatherette style ear cuppage. In here we have a rubberized cable that connects down there, sort of hard wearing, a little bit of movement in it for adjusting. These obviously turn, was that about 90 degrees or maybe slightly more, 97 degrees. Up here we have, it says R there for right. Pull that up and we've got a metal edging to the extender, and both sides, feels a bit tight to be honest. Does extend fully, but took a couple of goes there, whereas this side seems a lot easier to adjust. And obviously that's where the LED is for the colorization. We have some plastic up here, plastic on this side, and then that leatherette feel here again, which is for the top of the head. At least it's leatherette, so it's easily wiped clean for your sweaty, greasy hair after a couple of hours of gaming. Leatherette around here again. We had a volume controller. Yep, there's a volume controller here. And there's also a clicky button too on this side of the ear cup. I'm interested to see what that is. Maybe that's a turn on and off the microphone. There's a click when you pull down the microphone. So microphone off, microphone on. And on this side there isn't too much else to report. It's pretty much identical to this without some of the controls. The braided cable goes in here quite neatly. Bit of reinforcement there to stop fraying. And it doesn't look like it's going to fray too much. But over many years I'm sure it'll begin to go. Appears to be a little hole there for light, or maybe it's another microphone, who knows. Then the braided cable leads all the way down here to, in total length the cable is, it's around 2 meters. I believe the specifications are 2.3 meters. And whacking them on the head, they are incredibly comfortable. They do feel a step up from the Can Pros, which is pretty good because the Can Pros feel like a very quality pair of headphones. These feel even better. So the RGB Illumination features 16.8 million colours with various effects and presets. Where else does it glow? I think there and there and in here as well. The real voice microphone does seem to be quite good, and what we'll do is I'm going to read a little bit of the specifications out over this and insert it here using the microphone when connected to the computer that I will record in post. Okay, so now we're on the microphone and we're talking as clearly as can be. The button on the side actually above the volume rocker switches it from 7.1 to 2.0, which is kind of handy just to be able to do on the fly rather than having to monkey around in the settings. Now we are recording this at 48 kilohertz and I can drop that down to 44.1 kilohertz. I have enabled the microphone noise cancellation, so hopefully you can't hear anything in the background, because there's nothing to hear in the background as I'm sitting in a quiet room. There is also a function called Magic Voice, which I'm quite interested in, and I'm going to have a go at that now.
Hopefully this has changed me to a female voice, and if it does what I'm hoping that it does, it might be kind of fun.
There is another setting that is for a monster, which I am on now, and then cartoon,
which appears to be just another setting. Those are the only four: monster, cartoon, male, and female. If you heard nothing, then they obviously don't work for this style of recording.
So this has been the Roccat Can AIMO headset, a very fancy little headset that I am quite happy to be using at the moment. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments box down below. Hit that subscribe button, give us a wee thumbs up if you fancy. And other than that, take care.
put the lotion in the basket.